Okay, good afternoon po sa lahat.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Okay, so andito na po tayo sa pang-apat, no? Yung first, nutrition, second, exercise, then water, tapos ngayon sunlight. Okay. So, si sunlight po ay the main benefits of sunlight is to support vitamin D levels, so important role in bone and immune system function. So si immune system mostly, ang maalala natin, di ba sila yung white blood cells, sila yung army. Si immune system is a complex network of cells, tissue, organs, and the substance they make help the body fight infectious diseases. So sila po yung natural natin na mga doktor. So pag meron ma-expose tayo sa sunlight, gagana sila kasi kasama nila si vitamin D. Okay, so spending outdoors offer many opportunities to be physically active. So physical activity helps you feel better, function better, and sleep better. It also reduces anxiety, yung pagkabalisa. So kung meron po pala tayong problema sa sleeping habits natin, magpapaaraw lang po tayo, makaka-recover tayo, makakatulog tayo ng maaga. Okay, so, but skin cancers is in too much exposure to the ultraviolet light. So UV rays are invisible kind of radiation that comes from the sun. Yung sun din pala, meron siyang radiation. So tanning beds and sun lamps. Yung tanning beds po, madalas po yung ginagamit sa mga western areas, no? Yung mga foreigners kasi si tanning beds, yun yung device na ginagamit nila para yung skin nila ay magtatan or mag-dark in color. And si sun lamps naman, siya po yung isang therapy, magte-therapy ka na exposing the body to artificial light that resembles sunlight. This therapy may help erase conditions such as seasonal affective disorder or SAD. Ito po si SAD, papareho lang po sila ng depression. Pero ito si SAD is a type of depression that is related to climate change. So symptoms starts in the fall and continue into the winter months. So making you feel moody. So sa ibang bansa, madalas ito po yung nararamdaman nila. Si depression is anytime siya mag-attack sa'yo, yung feel mo na kung may lonely, mafe-feel mo yung loneliness. Kung may empty, mafe-feel mo yung emptiness talaga. Tapos maglalast siya ng 2 weeks above na yun yung nararamdaman mo na sobrang lungkot. Yun po si depression. Wala po siyang binabase na months. Unlike po ni SAD or seasonal affective disorder. Okay, so people can decrease skin cancer risk from too much protection of UV exposure by using sun protection. So madalas mo natin yung nakikita sa mga supermarkets na yung mga lotions is may SPF na. So sun protection factor na pag maglalagay kayo hindi po maano yung skin nyo. Pero sa mga girls, advice ko lang po, pag gagamit po tayo ng SPF sa face, so dapat SPF 15 lang. Kasi the higher the SPF, the greasier it becomes. Kaya pag naglalagay kayo ng higher SPF sa mukha natin, in a long run, mararamdaman natin parang mabigat ho siya. Hindi na po siya comfortable. Pero kung SPF 15 lang, kahit whole day po, light lang po yung mararamdaman nyo, yung texture ng face nyo po. Okay, tapos next. Okay, so types of skin cancer. So skin cancer is by far the most common type of cancer. So nearly all skin cancers can be treated effectively if they are found early. So knowing what to look for it is important. So dapat malalaman natin earlier kasi pala si skin cancer is treatable. Okay, so number 1, si basal cell carcinoma tends to grow slowly. It's very rare for a basal cell cancer to spread on other parts of the body. But if a basal cell cancer is left untreated, it can slowly grow nearby areas and invade the bone or other tissues beneath the skin. So ganyan po yung itsura ni basal cell carcinoma. No, so be aware po tayo, bigla lang yan siyang darating, tapos nagtataka tayo, hindi na siya nag-heal, tapos manganganak siya. So dapat magpa-check up po tayo sa doktor. Okay, next is Kaposi sarcoma is a cancer that develops from cells and that line lymph. So si line lymph po ay isa po siyang network of tissues, vessels, and organs that work together to move a colorless, watery fluid called lymph, no, or blood vessels. So it usually appears as tumors, can also start in other part of the body. So ito po yung itsura ng tumor of the skin. At ito naman po yung skin lesions appear on the legs or face. So si skin lesions naman po, sila po yung tutubo any areas of the skin that are abnormal from the skin around it. So ang example din po ng mga skin lesions, yun po yung mga birthmarks, yung mga moles, no, mga skin tags. Yung iba maraming may mga skin tags, yung iba dito malapit sa ears, no, freckles, and even acne. So may mga pimples po na hindi po gumagaling kahit ano pong ginagawa nila. So be careful po tayo sa mga ganyan. Okay. Number 3 is the melanoma. So can occur anywhere in the skin, but they are more likely to start certain areas. So nakita nyo tong melanoma under the fingernails, yung nangingitim. And they might be rounds like normal moles. Round sila pero ganito oh, hindi po siya tumubo, flat lang. So next is the Merkel cell carcinoma. Is a rare type of skin cancer. It's one of the most dangerous types and can be very hard to treat if it has spread. So ganyan po yung itsura ni Merkel cell carcinoma. Okay, then skin lymphoma is a type of non-Hodgkin lymphoma. So si non-Hodgkin, a type of cancer that begins in lymphatic system. So before we discuss about lymphatic system. So ang part ng lymphatic system ay yung ating bone marrow, yung thymus, yung lymph nodes, spleen, tonsils, and mucous membranes. So most skin lymphomas are T-cell lymphomas. So si T-cell lymphomas din naman po ay a rare type of cancer that begins in white blood cells. And most have are type of mycosis fungoides. No? Mycosis fungoides. Mycosis fungoides. A disease in which a type of white blood cell become malignant or cancerous and affect the skin. So T-cell skin lymphomas usually starts as one of a few tumors on the skin. Some of this may break ulcerate. So ganito po yung itsura niya. Okay, number 6 is squamous cell carcinoma. So they tend to grow slowly and usually occur on exposed areas of the body such as face, ears, necks, lips, and back of the hands. So nagda-dry po siya. Okay, how to protect your skin from the sun? Kasi po naka-cancer siya pag too much, no? Okay, number 1, shade. So you can reduce the risk of skin damage and skin cancer by staying in the shade under an umbrella, tree, and other shelters. Hindi po tayo masyadong magpapainit. Then second, clothing. So clothing, wear long sleeve shirts and long pants and skirts which can provide protection from the UV rays. Then, wet t-shirts offers less UV protection than dry ones. So, minsan, pag masyado tayong naiinitan, binabasaan natin yung damit natin para lalamig. Pero, mas less pala yung protection niya pag basa. So, darker colors offers more protection than lighter colors. Then, Some clothing is certified international standards as offering UV protection. So number 3, hat. So wear a hat has a brim. So kagaya po ng ganyan, no? Round siya. Kay all the way around that shades your face, ears, and the back of your neck. So avoid straw holes that let the sunlight through. A darker hat may offer more UV protection. So mas darker ang color, mas more ang UV protection niya. Okay, next is sunglasses. So sunglasses protect your eyes from UV rays and reduce the risk of cataracts. So si cataracts po, sila po yung tumubo po sa mata natin na parang cloudy. So also protect the tender skin around your eyes from sun exposure. Kasi minsan yung dito sa dulo ng mata natin, magda-dark po yung color niya at saka magda-dry. Okay, now sunscreen. So put on a broad spectrum. So yung broad spectrum po, yun pong kumbaga pinakamataas or pinaka-effective na spectrum sunscreen that filters out both UVA and UVB rays. So, okay, the UVA and UVB rays, the sun emits 2 types of radiation that reach to our skin. So both damage the unprotected skin. Okay, now see UVA rays are more of a threat because a much larger percentage of them reach Earth's surface. So they resist all day long, even when it's cloudy and the sun is out. If you see daylight at any hour, UVA rays are present. Maski cloudy pala, maski umuulan, kaya po kailangan natin talaga tayo ng SPF kasi si UVA ay present siya. And si UVB naman is powerful. So it's direct responsible for sunburn, skin discoloration. So si UVB radiation also plays a role in skin cancer. Okay, so dito naman tayo sa skin cancer, no? So, and has an SPF of 15 or higher before you go out. So dapat maglalagay tayo ng mga SPF, sun protector factor. So next, so sunscreen is not recommended for babies who are 6 months old or younger. So FDA recommends keeping infants out of the sun during midday. So hindi pala pwede si baby pag 6 months below, nalagyan natin ng mga lotion, no? So during midday and using protective clothing if they have to be in the sun. So kung put it on again if you stay in the sun for more than 2 hours, no? After swimming, after sweating, and toweling off. So hindi pala yung naglo-lotion tayo sa umaga, yun na yun for the whole day, no? So ang maglo-lotion pa din po tayo ng may SPF kung nagsiswimming tayo, pinapawisan tayo o nagpupunas tayo ng towel. So si sunlight, hindi naman po siya lahat is negative. Ngayon, dito naman po tayo sa positive side ni sunlight. So there are 6 benefits of sunlight. Okay, number 1, sunlight kills bacteria. So many of us spend a lot of time indoors. Now, this indoors environment can contain dust that carries types of bacteria. So biological factors in indoor dust can induce immune dysfunction. So immune dysfunction when a part of the immune system is missing or not working properly. Pag nasa loob pala tayo, ang ating mga immune system mag-dysfunction, no? So, and chronic inflammation leading to chronic inflammatory disease. So, chronic inflammatory disease, a group of disease that cause airflow blockage and breathing-related problems. So, including na po si asthma. So, si asthma po is an autoimmune disease, not curable po si asthma, but there are treatments available to manage or relieve symptoms if taken regularly. So one study found that sunlight can kill bacteria that lives in dust. So culture-based investigation, a small number of bacteria laksa, so ng bacteria nga makita sa skin usahay, no, have indicated that exposure to light and especially ultraviolet light wavelengths can inactive many microorganisms, therefore potentially reduce dust microbial community viability. So pag kailangan pala tayo magbilad-bilad ng araw. Okay, so number 2, sunlight may reduce high blood pressure. So hypertension is linked to many health problems including heart attack, stroke, and kidney damage. So study shows that exposure to sunlight lowered systolic blood pressure. So what is systolic blood pressure? Pag magpa-BP po tayo, meron po yung tinatawag na systolic and diastolic. So si systolic po, siya po yung nasa taas na number. Kaya pag sinabing 120/80, so si 120, kumbaga yun po yung si systolic. Si systolic po, siya po yung nag-measure ng first release po ng blood ng artery natin sa heart. Kaya po pag mag-BP po tayo, yung first na tok kasi siya po yung first release ng blood na galing sa heart. At saka naman, yung si diastolic po, siya yung pinakalas, yung nagre-rest na po siya. So, nakakatulong po siya si sunlight, no, in people with kidney failure and dialysis. So, hypertension remains the leading cause of premature death and disease. So, insufficient exposure to ultraviolet radiation or avoidance of sunlight is a new risk factor for hypertension. So perhaps in general population. Next, human exposure to ultraviolet light contributes to blood pressure regulation and accounts for seasonal and geographical risk. So seasonal and geographical risk, depression incidence has been related, no? So lalabas talaga si depression. So vitamin D independent benefits of sunlight should be considered than assessing risk-benefits ratio. So yung iba, ayaw nila maglalabas kasi natatakot sila sa skin cancer. Pero mas may benefit po pag mag-ano tayo ng sunlight, maaarawan tayo. Okay, so number 3, sunlight can regulate immune system. So UV lights isn't the only thing that makes sunlight beneficial. So being exposed to the sunlight also enables your body to make vitamin D from cholesterol in your skin. So pag nag-aarawan pala tayo, matamaan ni sunlight yung skin natin, yung cholesterol pala na nasa skin natin ay gagawin niyang vitamin D. No? So vitamin D is metabolized sequentially in the liver and kidney. So vitamin D is a major circulating form. Vitamin D plays an important role in regulating calcium and phosphate metabolism for maintenance of metabolic function and for skeletal health. So sabi niya, metabolized sequentially in the liver. So, si vitamin D pala, kung sequentialized, sunod-sunod po yung pag-metabolize niya. No? So, in regulating calcium po, the serum calcium levels are usually normal, but can be low in severe chronic vitamin deficiency. No? So, kahit ano pa rin calcium na in-intake natin, pag kulang tayo sa vitamin D, mag-deficit din si calcium. So vitamin D deficiency also cause muscle weakness, muscle aches, and pain. Kaya po, nire-regulate po ni vitamin D yung calcium natin. Then, vitamin D promotes absorption of dietary calcium from the intestines and plays an important role in regulating calcium deposits in our bones. So, si phosphate naman, phosphate metabolist, serves as an important mediator or intracellular signaling and regulates protein activity. No? Then, metabolic function niya, maintenance of metabolic function, the process by which the body changes food and drinks into energy. No? And for skeletal health, so vitamin D is the essential component of our bones because without vitamin D, your body can't absorb calcium. Now, 30 minutes of sunlight is enough to make bones stronger, healthier, and infection-free. So, hindi pala talagang buong araw tayo nagbibilad ng araw. So, 30 minutes lang, okay na. So, now, most cells in the body have a vitamin D receptor. So vitamin D receptor is a member of the steroid hormone receptors that induce a cascade of cell signaling to maintain healthy. No? So ang vitamin D receptor. And many cells and organs are able to produce. So vitamin D deficiency will increase the risk of many chronic diseases, including autoimmune disease, yun po yung sarili nating immune system, fina-fight po yung body natin, cancer, cardiovascular disease, infectious disease, schizophrenia. So si schizophrenia po, sila po yung pinakamataas na yung sa mga baliw, yung mental problem po sa mga schizophrenia. Kasi madalas po yung sa mga psychopath, mga psycho killers, yung mga cannibals, mostly po sa kanila is schizophrenia po yung level ng kabaliwan nila. And type 2 diabetes. No? Sensible sun exposure and vitamin D supplement when needed should be implemented to prevent global vitamin D deficiency and its negative health consequences. So ganun talaga ka-important si vitamin D. Okay, so number 4, sunshine strengthens the bone. So vitamin D helps your body absorb calcium, which is essential for bone health. So this can help prevent osteoporosis and osteopenia. So good bones can prevent bone fracture. Okay, so sunlight can improve sleep quality. So big role in maintaining our body internal clock. So yung tinatawag nilang body clock or circadian clock rhythm. So si circadian clock rhythm, so it's a physical, mental, and behavioral changes that follow a 24-hour cycle. So meron talaga tayo niyan sa loob ng katawan natin. No? Response to the sunlight, no? Dark cycle helping you to fall asleep at night. So paggabi, yun pala si circadian clock, pinapatulog tayo. And wake you up in the morning. Pag may ilaw na, ginigising niya tayo. Kaya po bigla tayo nagigising. Kasi sila po yung clock ng katawan natin. So, getting bright light in the morning to increase your chance of falling asleep in the evening. No? Pag naaarawan pala tayo sa umaga, like 7 a.m., nagpaaraw tayo, pagkagabi, madali po tayong aantukin. No? Di na po tayo na problema sa sleeping habit natin. So, getting some sunshine in the morning can help you fall asleep because of melatonin levels. So, sino po ba si melatonin? So, si melatonin, the longer the night, the longer your pineal gland secretes melatonin. So, si melatonin po, siya po yung si sleep hormone. So, you sleep better when you have the highest levels of melatonin in your body. So, melatonin siya yung pong hormones na nilalabas po ni pineal glands na nasa brain natin. So, sunlight boosts mood. So, getting adequate sunlight can help combat mood disorder. No? So, seasonal affective disorder or yung sinasabi nating SAD is a type of depression occurs in the fall and winter. So, when there is less sunlight, a lack of sunlight may affect the way the brain's hypothalamus works. So, ito po si hypothalamus, maliit lang po talaga to siya ng part ng brain natin. Pero si hypothalamus po is your body's smart control. So si hypothalamus po ang nagmamanage sa ating body temperature, sa ating blood pressure, sa ating hunger and thirst, sense or fullness, no, eating, sa mood, sex drive, and sleep. So si hypothalamus po, body balancing and managing hormones, controls several important functions such as heart rate and breathing. So yun po yung gamit ni hypothalamus. Napakaliit lang po niya. Pero pag si hypothalamus po masisira, magugulay po si tao. Wala na po tayong pakiramdam. No? So, si sunlight, may malaki talaga siyang trabaho para kay hypothalamus kung paano po siya nag-work sa brain natin. So this can make your circadian rhythm to time certain functions like when you wake up. As a result, you may be more likely to experience sad symptoms such as feeling of despair and fatigue. Yung despair po, feeling na kawalan, at fatigue, nakakapagod. Okay, so not getting enough sunlight can result in lower serotonin level, which led to depression. So serotonin level po, okay, serotonin level po is a normal level. No, you feel more focused, emotionally stable, happier, and calmer. Yun pala si serotonin. No, so which led to, kung hindi pala tayo nagpapaaraw, so serotonin level po ay maglo-low. Kaya which led to depression, no? So by receiving more sunlight, you can boost your level of serotonin and your mood. So malaking tulong talaga siya sa sunlight. Okay, so how much sunlight per day ang kailangan, no? So 10 to 15 minutes daily exposure, but 25 to 40 minutes sun exposure people with darker skin. No, yung mga may dark ang skin, because people with darker skin have more melanin in their skin. So si melanin, a molecule that serves a natural sunscreen. So ang swerte para ng mga darker skin, hindi pala sa madaling masisira yung skin nila. Kaso lang, no, si melanin is substance in your body that produce hair, eye, and skin pigmentation. So the more melanin you produce, the darker your eyes and hair and skin will be. Okay, so although melanin gives greater protection from the sun damage, it can also make it a little harder to get enough sun exposure. Kasi marami kang melanin, hindi siya madadaling ma-absorb ng katawan mo. Kaya kung masyado tayong maitim, kaya pala dun sa Africa, kahit nagbahag lang sila, hindi sila kinakabahan kasi po yung sa melanin, mas grabe pong protection sa skin nila sa sunlight. How do I get vitamin D? Okay, number 1, sa sun. Pwede din sa number 2, sa food. And sa number 3, sa supplement. Okay, here are a list of foods that are naturally contain vitamin D. Okay, so ito si COD liver oil. It's a cod liver oil. No? It's a liver oil dietary supplement from fish with most fish oil. So it contains omega-3 fatty acids. So I don't know, hindi ko masyadong kilala to. Pero sa Tagalog, yung isda yan ay tinatawag nilang bacalao. No? So salmon, swordfish, tuna fish, sardines, so beef liver, dairy and plant milk, then orange juice fortified with vitamin D. Dito naman sa gulay, si spinach. Ito naman si kale, tinatawag nila itong superfood. Kasi ito si kale, pwede ito siyang kakainin mo na raw or pwede mo siyang i-blender na raw. So marami talagang benefits itong kale. Mabibili po siya sa supermarkets, no? Si okra, si collards, para siyang family ng cabbage pero hindi siya cabbage, no? Iba si collards, no? Soybeans, white beans, broccoli, mangoes, sweet potato, squash, egg, avocado, carrots, and melon. Sila po yung kakainin natin kasi marami po silang vitamin D. Okay, 2 types of vitamin D. Okay, number 1 is D2, ergocalciferol. So it obtains from plants, particularly mushrooms and yeast. Is typically produced through ultraviolet or irradiation of yeast called ergosterol. So it is also found in fortified foods such as milk, cereals, and orange juices. No. So, ang irradiational yeast po, a high energy ionizing radiation results in the damage of proteins and DNA of the yeast. So, kaso lang madadamage po yung DNA and yeast sa plant. So, ang D3 po ay cholecalciferol. It is produced by the human body. So, when the skin is exposed to sunlight, it can also be absorbed by eating animal source foods such as fatty fish, egg yolks, and liver. So the difference between cholecalciferol and ergocalciferol is their production. So cholecalciferol is produced by the human body, whereas ergocalciferol is created by exposing plant-derived materials to UV light. So, these are 2 types of vitamins that have similar and chemical structure as well. Typically, doctors tend to recommend vitamin D2 than vitamin D3 because it is more readily available in higher doses. So, elderly populations are particularly at risk of vitamin D deficiency. So mga elderly, in part because of aging depletes the body's natural ability to produce and absorb vitamin D. So sa mga elderly po, better inom na lang po tayo ng mga supplement kasi po yung katawan pala natin ay mahina na po yung ability niya para po to produce and absorb the vitamin D. So supplements will likely be more than the quickest and most effective way to increase your vitamin D. So even at a distance of 150 million kilometers, its gravitational pulls hold the planet in orbit. So it radiates light and heat for solar inner energy, which makes it possible to life to exist on Earth. Kung wala din pala pong sun, wala pong nag-i-exist, no? Kaya plants need sunlight to grow. Animals, including humans, so need plants for food and oxygen. So they produce without heat from the sun. So each would freeze. Kung wala palang sun, lahat po mag-freeze. There would be no winds, ocean, current, or clouds to transport water. So, ganun po ka-important si sun sa buhay natin. So, too much sun exposure allows UV rays to reach your inner skin layers. So, they can cause skin cells to die, damage, and develop cancer. Pero pag masyado po tayo nagbibilad sa araw ng matagal, yun pala po si UV rays ay tatama siya sa another skin layer natin at magde-develop siya ng cancer. So too much exposure can lead to, number 1, skin changes. So some skin cells with melanin can form a clump. Ito po, kumpul-kumpul. So this creates freckles and moles over time. This can develop cancer. So mag-ingat po tayo sa mga moles natin, no? Yung iba kasi makate-kate, wag po natin silang gagalawin. Hayaan lang po natin sila kasi pag mag-change na yan ng shape, mag-change na yan ng color, pa-check up muna kasi baka po magiging cancerous na yan. Okay, so early aging, no? Early aging, time spent in the sun makes your skin age faster than normal. Kaya po yung mga masyadong trabaho nilang nagbibilad sa araw, madali po silang tumanda. No? Sign of this are mag-wrinkled, so tight or leathery skin, yung matigas ang mukha mo yan, and maraming dark spots. So melanin protects skin from sun's ultraviolet rays. So, this can burn the skin and reduce its elasticity, leading to premature aging. So the sun's ultraviolet light can cause major damage to the skin. Number 3, lowered immune system. So white blood cells work to protect your body. When your skin bland, pag nabilad, white blood cells help create new cells. So gagawa siya ng ibang cells si white blood cells. So doing this can put your immune system at risk in other areas. So number 4, eye injuries. So UV rays can damage the tissue in your eyes. So they can burn your outer layer called the cornea. They can also blur your vision. Other time, you can develop cataracts. So this can cause blindness if left untreated. Kaya po minsan, pag masyado tayong nabibilad sa araw, namumula yung mata natin. Yun pala, nabuburn na po yung first layer ng eyes natin. So better, gagamit po tayo ng eyeglasses. Okay, so skin cancer, most cancer is not melanoma. It's very common but also very treatable. So melanoma skin cancer is not as common but is more severe. Skin cancer can spread to other areas in your body, especially untreated. So kung meron tayong mga sore, meron tayong mga sugat-sugat na hindi basta-basta gumagaling, ipa-check up natin, hindi tayo magbabahala kasi mag-spread na yan siya, baka po mas lumalala. Imbis na treatable, so mag-ano po siya ng other problem po ng skin. Okay, then next is the heat stroke. No, heat stroke is your body overheating, usually as a result of prolonged exposure to or physically exertion in high temperature. So si heat stroke, usong-uso po dito sa amin, no? So last month, nung sobrang init dito, marami pong namamatay sa heat stroke dito sa lugar namin. Okay, so how to prevent heat stroke? So number 1, drink more cold drinks, especially in your active or exercising. So kung nag-exercise tayo, kung may ginagawa tayo, mas maganda, mas mainam po na cold po yung iniinom natin na tubig. Then wear light-colored loose clothing. Avoid the sun between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. Avoid excess alcohol. Then avoid extreme exercise. So there are symptoms of heat stroke. No? The hallmark symptoms of heat stroke is a core body temperature above 104 degrees Fahrenheit. So una, fainting. Next, throbbing head. So throbbing head, tumitibok na ang ulo. Parang pitik-pitik po ang ulo natin. So then lack of sweating despite the heat. Hindi po kayo pinapawisan kahit po sobrang init. No? Red, hot, and dry skin. Tapos muscle weakness or cramps. Na papunta na po tayo may heat stroke na. Kung meron po kayong nararamdaman yan, meron po tayong mga tips. No? Tsaka nausea and vomiting. Rapid heartbeat, which may be either strong or weak. So rapid, shallow breathing. Behavioral changes such as confusion, pagkalito, disorientation, pagkabigla, and staggering. Nakakabigla pala ang staggering, confusion, pagkalito. So ang first aid po ng heat stroke, kung meron pong heat stroke, number 1, move the person into a cool place out of direct sunlight. So kung nakita niyo siya nabulag sa daan, dalhin niyo po siya sa malamig na lugar, yung may shade, no? Remove the person's unnecessary clothing and place the person's his or her side to expose as much skin surface to the air as possible. So ipatagilid po natin si tao. Number 3, cool the person's entire body by sponging or spraying cold water and fan the person to lower the person's body temperature. Then, watch the signs of rapidly progressing heat stroke such as seizure, nanginginig, unconsciousness for longer than a few seconds, and moderate to severe difficulty breathing. So, apply ice packs over as much of the body as you can. So check the person's rectal temperature and try to reduce it. So rectal dun po sa puwet, dun po mo i-check yung temperature ni tao. Okay? So, or lower as soon as possible. So the longer the body is at high temperature, the more serious the illness and the more likely is that complications will develop. So temperatures taken by mouth or in ear are not accurate in this kind of emergency. Kaya po dun po sa rectal nyo po kunin ang temperature kasi po kung dun na lang po tayo sa mouth at o kaya sa may ear banda, hindi na po accurate yun. No? So if a child stop breathing, so begin rescue breathing. Do not give aspirin. No? Si aspirin used to reduce pain and inflammatory condition. Or acetaminophen, si acetaminophen or to reduce a high body temperature that can occur with heat stroke. So these medicines may cause of the body's response to heat stroke. So si acetaminophen, isa din po siyang pain reliever. So bawal po natin silang papainumin ng mga gamot. Okay. If the person is awake and alert enough to swallow, give the person fluids. So 1 to 2 liters over 1 to 2 hours for hydration. So you may have to help. Make sure the person is sitting up enough so that she does not choke. So most people with heat stroke have an altered level of consciousness and cannot safely be given fluids to drink. So dapat po nakaupo po siya o kaya dapat observant po tayo kasi baka hindi po mainom kaagad ni patient at malunod. So this is one glory of the sun, no? And another glory of the moon and another glory of the stars, for stars different from another star. Okay. So we humans are created differently by God. And even the heavenly bodies, they have different beauties and they have different characters how to help us live in this earth. So that's all po. Kung may tanong. May tanong? Oh yes, may tanong po ba?
Ma'am, pwede po mahingi ang inyong PowerPoint.
Ha?
Totoo pa daw ma'am, yung medyo maitim may mas matibay sa sun?
Opo, mas darker po yung color natin, mas matibay. Kasi po yun pong nagbigay ng skin color natin, si melanin po yun. So si melanin po kasi, marami siyang melanin, marami siyang natural na sun protection po yung skin natin. So kung marami tayong melanin, kaya po mas darker po yung color natin.
So mas matibay tayo sa sun.
Opo, mas may protection tayo sa sun.
Excuse me po, yun po bang mga kaninang sakit na about skin cancer, yun talaga so much exposure to the sun, kaya sila nakakaroon ng ganong mga skin cancer?
Opo. Kasi po ma'am, si sunlight kasi mo penetrate po siya sa, di ba, may first layer of skin tayo, di ba? Our skin was the biggest organ of the body. So sa loob ng skin natin, meron na po rin ibang layer. So yun sa dermis and epidermis, dun po, ma-absorb po ni radiation kasi si radiation po is, di ba, di po natin siya nakikita ng naked eye, pero matapang po siya. Talagang pag tatama siya dun sa pinakailalim ng skin natin, sisirain niya yon. Kaya it can cause skin cancer po.
Okay, ma'am. Hindi dahil siya sa mga dirt na nandito sa environment o kasama na rin po doon dahil mag-penetrate siya. Magpe-penetrate siya sa skin. Kaya gano'n, that's why maano din siya, maging cause din. Mga dirt po, halimbawa, na-expose ka sa mga, halimbawa, napunta ka sa may maduming lugar, may amoy, gano'n. Kasama din siya, ma'am. Cause din siya.
Ang sa skin po, pag sa mga dust po tayo, ma'am, na may tutubo, mostly allergies lang po siya, ma'am.
Okay.
Kasi nasa labas lang siya eh. Pero pag yun na talaga yung radiation, pag yun na po talaga yung mag-absorb ng skin natin, dun po nagsisimula. Kaya po yung mga moles natin, galing po din yun sa exposure natin sa sunlight. Kaya po yung mga taong marami siyang moles sa mukha, so baka masyado po siyang na-expose sa sunlight kasi abnormalities of skin na po kasi ang melanin natin nagmagawa na sila ng mga abnormalities po pag masyado tayong exposed sa sunlight.
Okay, ma'am. Thanks, ma'am.
Welcome po.
Mga
How
ilang
about
oras
yung
ba, ma'am,
skin
ang
asthma, ma'am?
dapat isang araw? Mga ilang oras tayo sa sun?
Ano po siya, sir? Doon sa, kung depende sa skin, ito po, skin. So, 10 to 15 minutes po. Kagaya natin mga Pinoy, fair skin kasi tayo, no? Pero yun sa mga nasa Nigeria, yung mga maiitim talaga, so kailangan nila ng 25 to 40 minutes sunlight exposure.
Yung mapuputi, konti lang ang sun nila.
Konti lang. Kasi sensitive kasi. Too much, masisira na din po yung skin nila.
How about yung skin asthma, ma'am?
Sa skin asthma, ma'am, allergic din po siya sa skin. Parang family din po siya sa allergy, ma'am, si skin asthma. Diba, kung may skin asthma ka, pag maalikabukan ka, talagang tutubo siya. Hindi siya naging part sa cancer si skin asthma.
Pero hindi siya related, ma'am, sa pag nainitan.
Hindi po siya related si asthma. Pero kung magpapainit po siya, nakakatulong po. Kasi 'di ba si sunlight is nakakapatay siya ng mga bacteria. So makakatulong sa may asthma pag nagpapaaraw siya every day.
Thank you.
Welcome po.
Pero meron kang gamit, ma'am, halimbawa yung mga farmers, may mga long sleeve, may mga sombrero, miski matagal sa exposure sa sunshine, okay lang, di ba?
Yes po, okay lang po. Tapos the darker po yung suot ni farmer, mas mabuti po, mas mataas po yung protection factor po. Pag mas darker yung jacket ni farmer, mas darker yung kalo ni farmer, yung hat ni farmer, mas mabuti po.
Kaya po pala nauso ngayon yung mga maitim na mga suot. Or kailangan po yung mas makapal talaga, mas makapal. Tapos yung color, nakakaano din po yun, ma'am.
Yung darker color kasi, ma'am, mas hindi po makaka-penetrate talaga yung radiation. Okay naman po kahit hindi po siya makapal, basta dark lang po. Kasi yung penetration ng radiation, mahirapan po siya, di ba? Kaya po yung mga dark color po, yung mga tan po, hindi po siya makaka-penetrate talaga sa loob.
Pala yung pong mga uso ngayon yung black skirt, ganun po, di ba? Di ba, ma'am?
Opo.
About, ma'am, yung wrinkles and then dry skin, it cause din yung sa exposure ng sun, ganun din. Kaya nagiging dry. Or dahil lang din po sa talagang aging na talaga, kaya nagkaka-wrinkles. Pero may mga aged people na hindi naman talaga nagkaka-wrinkles dahil they protect themselves against the exposure of the sun, di ba, ma'am?
Opo, ma'am. Yes po, ma'am. Hindi po kasi tayo masyadong nabibilad sa init, matagal po mag-wrinkles yung face natin. Like po sa mother ko, she is 64, pero yung mukha niya po, parang nasa 50 plus lang po. Kasi hindi siya masyadong nagbibilad sa init.
Mainit.
Opo.
Ma'am. Sige po. Po bang ano niyan, yung PowerPoint, pwede pong ibigay uli sa amin. Kasi maganda.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Opo. Send nyo na lang po yung email ay, chat mo ako, ma'am, Dory.
Sige po. Sige, Ma'am Janice.
Okay, thank you po. So, wala na po bang tanong? Mukhang wala na po. Sige po, thank you po sa time.
Yes.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you po.